Alright, I just got done recording the Rally of Germany, and I should have had a drink, but I haven't. But whatever, that's fine. Don't need to worry about it. I've sorted out the pins and needles that I had. So now, I can move on to driving the Nissan GTR Nismo GT500 for Monster Energy. Because, one, I drove for Liquid Moly last week, and two, because I didn't want to drive the Honda NSV thingy. But, whatever. The point is, right, that I usually, this isn't really the point, it's just something I want to say. Usually I hate the Nissan GTR. In order of how much I like each generation of Skyline, the R35 is either the bottom or second to bottom. I'm not saying that I'm an ass-blasted GM fanboy, because I'm not. And we know that I'm not an ass-blasted GM fanboy because of how much I took the piss out of GM when they managed to lose Le Mans 2017 on the last lap to a fucking 9-year-old Aston Martin, alright? Never forget. Never forget June 2017. But, I thought that in this trim, that the R35 is a pretty cool looking car. I don't know why I would think that. Now that I'm looking at it, it's not that great, but in the menus it looked alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep driving it. And we're back at Spa for doing another endurance race at Spa. But this time, we're driving Spa the right way. So that's fine. I can deal with this. Also driving the same, because Raven West also use a Nissan GTR. So I've got the same tech as Raven West, so I should be able to beat them this time, rather than driving an objectively worse car like I was doing back in the early days of this series. This Let's Play, sorry. Not this series, because saying series could refer to all kinds of stuff. Obviously it could, and I meant it to refer to the Let's Play, but it could also refer to like a bunch of stuff that's going on in the game, like the championship that I'm doing right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clarify that I meant the Let's Play. I keep changing my mind when it comes to recording these videos, because at the end of each one, I'll say what I'm planning on doing next week, and then I end up usually not doing what I said I was going to do. But I'm pretty sure this time I said I was going to, drive an endurance championship, so that's fine, that's okay. It was actually the 24 hours of Spa recently, in real life. When this gets uploaded, I don't know how long ago that will have been, but it was. And I fell asleep during it. But I fell asleep in the fucking wee hours, as usual, because I can't sleep at times that would make me a real human being. So, that's my sort of medical problem, I guess. 10-minute races, but there's 2 of them. So, plus qualifying, this video shouldn't be much longer than 20 minutes. Which is good, because one of the more recent episodes of Grid Autosport I uploaded was an hour and 40 minutes long. And one of my real life friends, Ben, was able to find out about this channel. I don't think he actually watches any of it, and I don't. But he was complaining that all the videos I upload are like an hour long. And actually, it was less complaining, more making fun of me, because I upload hours and hours of content and I don't get any views. But I can deal with that. I don't, like I've said plenty of times, not in it for the views, in it for the art. I'm in it for having something to do, sort of an inspiration to play video games. Because before I started my channel, I was kind of getting burnt out on games and stuff. And I was spending days at a time on YouTube, and I still do that. But now I'm spending a lot of time on YouTube because I'm saving games for when I actually get around to the Let's Plays of them, and I don't know if that's unhealthy. And I don't know if that's going to give me, like, unrealistic expectations for how good each game I'm going to go to is going to be. Because I'm, like, basically... Oh, fuck. I think it's, like, I wanted to relate it to, like, having a chastity fetish, but I kind of feel like that kind of comparison wouldn't really work out, and I couldn't think of the right word, but you know what I mean. You know, I'm like not playing stuff deliberately when I could be playing it, and probably, you know, should be playing it to, like, be able to be good, or at least vaguely okay at the game before I actually start playing it. But whatever. I also feel like these endurance championships aren't very viewer friendly because all the racing is at night, and that's kind of like, I mean, I've really gotten into games where a lot of the racing is done at night recently. Like, I've been thinking about Import Tuner Challenge, but I haven't actually been playing it. But I have actually been playing, shit. Well, I mean, that's embarrassing. I want to compliment a game for me playing it, and I can't even remember what it was. But I've been playing games that are based around nighttime because of my brand new fucking sleep schedule that my brain's given me. I have to basically be awake, like, into the night, and, like, bright screens and stuff kind of hurt my eyes when it's dark. So, you know, I play a lot of games set at night because the screen's darker and it's easier to look at. Speaking of games set at night, there were those screenshots, alleged, oh shit. I didn't even need to rewind out of that. I could have just driven out of it. It was fine. My brain told me that the car was spinning around even when it wasn't, and I could see for myself that it wasn't. So I basically just used a rewind for no reason. Alright, good. Fuck, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, games set during the day hurt my eyes when I play them at night, so I've been playing games set at night. Feels comfy, man. I was also saying about those alleged Midnight Club screenshots. By the time this video goes out, they'll probably either have been confirmed fake or confirmed fake, because the chances of them being real are pretty slim. You know, one of them was, you know, they're like allegedly an Xbox One screenshot, but it's only in like 640p. And it's like, plus, like, Midnight Club's been pretty much absorbed into GTA 5. And, you know, GTA is way higher priority to Rockstar than, like, Midnight Club and stuff. But they are bringing back Red Dead Redemption, so, like, potentially there could be a chance. The problem with that is, like, Red Dead Redemption was, like, wildly popular and everyone loves it. And Midnight Club is, like, just a street racing game, pretty much. So I don't know. But by the time this video goes out, hopefully they'll either have been, like, confirmed real or confirmed fake. I won't be surprised if they're fake, but I'll be pretty fucking sad if they're fake, because I've been playing some Midnight Club 3, and that game's really good. And, you know, Midnight Club LA I've had for a while, and that game's good. Midnight Club 1 and 2, I don't get along very well with, is what I meant to say. But, you know, it was Midnight... Oh, they're back.
You're currently first in the driver standings. That's exactly where you need to be. Keep ahead of this guy over the weekend to increase the gap.
Alright, so, we're here, something like half a week after... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, I just skipped qualifying by accident. It's fine, it's an endurance race, I'll have time to make up for it. Yeah, we're here a half a week after I recorded the first race of this championship, because I got walked in on last time halfway through that race, which you might have noticed because I either skipped or sped through the second half of that race after I was complaining that people had got home, which you might have noticed because this is going to be in the same video as that. But I'm recording this bit like half a week later because I don't like recording when there's people around. I can't do it. I don't do it. And so I stopped commentating on that bit, skipped to the end of that race. Now I'm back. It doesn't matter all that much to anyone watching, but I thought I'd mention that is what's happened. I don't recognize this layout of Yas Marina at all. I know that I'm going backwards, but some of it feels like I'm going forwards, if you see what I mean. I'm not really sure what's going on. So I do have a little bit to talk about in the time between now and the last time that I recorded. I can't really remember what I was talking about last time, but I'm pretty sure I managed to wrap up. I know that I was recording another video recently. It might have been the Rally of Finland, where I was talking about the last game that made me really mad was I think I said it was Need for Speed Undercover, and I was gonna finish that story, but last night I was playing Toka Race Driver 3, and that game made me even more mad than that. Alright, so when I was about 11 or 12, I used to have my PS2 set up in a shed at the bottom of the garden, right? On a tiny CRT TV. And I'd play Toka Race Driver 3 for hours, right? And then when it'd get to like the time I was supposed to be coming inside and going back to bed, it would be really dark. So what I'd have to do is lock the shed, and we used to have like a really long, really thin garden for some reason. And I was fairly scared, like not really of the dark, but of like, I think I was scared of like aliens and stuff. So I used to sprint back up the garden, basically. Anyway, I used to be playing Toka Race Driver 3 a lot, and I was pretty good at it. I played it on like normal difficulty, I think. And I could easily get up to like the V8 supercars and stuff in the career mode. No problem. And then I was playing it yesterday, and I got up to, I think it's tier 10 that has Formula BMW. I got up to there, and it took me forever to try and win that one, because I kept having to restart the final race, because I had to win to get enough points to win the overall, because I'm not very good at driving. Because the guy that was in second place in the championship was only 1 point behind me, and he was going to win it if I didn't. So that took me a lot of Groundhog Daying to get right. And then I got to tier 11, was the NGT class of the World GT. And oh boy, Trial of the Golden Witch. That was the grimiest shit on the internet since 2011. The AI have the most ridiculous rubber banding ever that I've ever seen. I've probably seen worse rubber banding, to be honest, but I either never noticed it when I was a kid, or it just didn't happen, because it was ridiculous. Like, the AI were getting massive rocket boosts if I weren't looking at them. Like, I'd see him shoot past me going way faster than I could, and I was in an Ultima GTR. And we all remember the Ultima GTR from Forza Horizon, right? That car's no slouch. So I have no idea how they were doing it. Come on, man. I was barely over. Be nice. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't having a good time with that, and like, I was getting pretty mad, and I'm not like, it just didn't happen when I was like 12 and playing it in the shed. I don't know what's changed. I don't know how, like, because PS2 games can't get updates and stuff. So I don't know how that would happen. You know what I mean? I don't know how things could change like that. Like, maybe it's because I didn't race the World GT when I was a kid. I probably did, like, Rallycross or something else on that. I can't remember what the other championships are on that tier, but I had to settle for second overall, which sucks. Maybe I did used to just settle for lower positions when I was a kid and not get too mad and autistic about winning everything. I don't know. It doesn't seem likely. That doesn't sound like me. You know, settling for second place in a single player game. Although I am thinking about settling for second in this race, on the basis that I did accidentally start dead last. Although there is still 4 minutes of race to go, and I am pretty much breathing down the neck of this first Raven West car. And if I finish second in this race, I should get joint first overall with Nathan McCain. So second sounds fine on paper. I'd rather win, obviously. I'd always rather win. But second's fine. But yeah, Need for Speed Undercover, just to finish that story off. Need for Speed Undercover got me mad. I might have talked... Oops. Oh well, I don't feel bad. He's only an AI. Probably would have made the race a little bit more interesting if I'd have actually had to work to get past him. But he's still in third, so... Wait, no, he's not. He's in... Never mind. He's fallen down the order, but... Whatever. He's only an AI. He doesn't have feelings. This isn't Total Immersion Racing, where the AI will learn to hate me and ram me next time. And I've run out of rewinds. Yeah, I pink slipped a Ford Escort RS Cosworth. And that car, whenever it's in a Need for Speed game, it's always in a really weird position where it's basically useless. Because it's like, it's a tier 1 car. And in Need for Speed Undercover, it pretty much sucked. It was not fast at all. It wasn't as quick as it should have been, and it was really bad in the corners. I mean, it's a rally car, so I don't know how it was bad in the corners, but it was. I'd turn, and it just lost so much speed, the AI could catch up easily. So this one sprint race, and I hadn't unlocked any upgrades yet, and there was nothing I could do to unlock any, so I had to get this sprint race perfect to win it, and I just couldn't. So I must have been doing it for something like an hour, just trying this one race near the beginning of Need for Speed. And then, just when I'd pretty much got it perfect, and I was guaranteed to get a good finish, my sister decided to come up behind me and say boo. And that's made me jump, and I crashed the car. And that was the last time I threw my controller at the floor. That sucked. That made me pretty mad. I was more mad at the game for making the Escort Cosworth bad, because the Escort Cosworth isn't bad. It's a good car, and I will fight you if you say otherwise. And I know, like, having to specify that if someone disagrees with you, you'll have to fight them about your point. It means that your point isn't a very strong point. But, you know, the Escort is more than just a body kit for the Sierra, okay? It's a good car. And then the Escort Cosworth in Need for Speed Shift was a tier 1 car, but there were only like 3 tier 1 races in Need for Speed Shift. So like, and you couldn't afford it as your first car, so, you know, pretty much no reason to use it there. Need for Speed Pro Street has it as a tier 1 car, but it like gives you free cars that are above its level, like in no time at all. Shit. Well, joint first sounds alright. And then I'm pretty sure it was in Need for Speed Pro Street as well, was You know, I just talked about Need for Speed Pro Street. What other Need for Speeds was it in? I think that might be it. Well, that's it that I've seen. It might be in the Run, and it might be in Shift 2, but I've never played Shift 2. And the Run's car list is pretty much mostly inaccessible now that you can't get online because no one's playing that game anymore. Because they decided to lock unlocking all the good cars behind making them online exclusives. Alright, cool, I won. I won the overall, I didn't have to share it. That's fine. Alright, neat.
You've made a real impact in this discipline. It's only going to get tougher from here, but you're showing you've got what it takes.
Well, I wouldn't mind it getting tougher if I could actually unlock better teams. I'm gonna be, you know, I'm just gonna say, I'd like to be able to drive for some better teams. I am just above level 6, which gets me into the Masters Trophy there. So I'll probably move on to another discipline for next week. We might finally get to tuners. But it all depends on what's going on in the next endurance championships. I'm gonna have a look. I might go for the Chop. Oh my god, she's still talking. Yeah, because the next level will be LMP cars. So I might go for this next week. If I don't, I'm probably going to skip on doing open wheels, to be honest. I'm not really a big fan of open wheels, especially after my experiences with the Formula BMWs on TOCA 3. So I'll probably do a tuner event next week. If I don't, it'll be endurance. But, you know, we all know how I am with changing my mind all the time, so don't take what I say at the end of episode segments here as fact. I'm gonna end the episode here.